What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the best on For Collectors. I'm Theo, the host of the show, and I'm very excited. And if you're a Boston Red Sox fan, you should be excited also. Today, we're going to be looking at one of the best Boston Red Sox of all time, none other than Yaz. They are the immortal icons who transcend the sport.
Swinging, there's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here.
Larger-than-life legends who inspired collections for the ages.
This is the Home Run Derby from 1959.
What happens when the game's biggest players...
Bobby hits a drive into the gap in the left center field. There she is.
meet the hobby's biggest super collectors.
1968 3D.
That's where you'll find the best of the best. All right, and we have Mark Hoyle on the show. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's a big thrill being on. I love all the stuff you guys do on here, so looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that it kind of came full circle. You're somebody who actually watched the Best of the Best show, and you commented on some videos. You never said, "Hey, can you invite me on the show?" But I knew that when we do Yaz, you would be the perfect guy. So that kind of worked out kind of cool.
Yeah, it's better just to have it happen organically. I don't want to be, I'll go on anybody's show. Just got to ask. So
yeah. So how long have you been collecting Yaz cards? And I know you're really a Boston Red Sox collector. So how long have you been like serious super collector?
Probably since I got back into it in 2012. Before that, I was a set guy.
Yeah.
Once I got back into the hobby, 12 years ago or so, I realized you can't collect everything. So I just went to the Red Sox. Yaz is a byproduct of that. I could say I super collect every guy that played on the team from 51 to 78. So this room is just packed with Red Sox. So
that's awesome. So, this is kind of like that weird thing where, a lot of times I get guys on here that are a part of the PSA registry and, know all that kind of stuff and know what the master set is. Yeah. And you do collect a lot of your stuff ungraded, correct?
I don't grade cards myself. I have a lot of graded cards. I'll show some tonight.
Yeah,
but I don't do the registry. I probably have cards that aren't even on the registry in some aspects. So
that's really cool.
I've been on Trading Card Database, and there's some stuff I have for some of these guys, and they're not even on there. So,
do you have any idea how many Yaz items you have, or you couldn't even guess because
I couldn't guess. I mean, just look at, I have 3 or 4 different Yaz puzzles. I got a Yaz game. I got Yaz bread wrappers. I got Yaz placemats, bumper stickers. I have a whole binder full of just advertising for Yaz, press photos for Yaz, pocket schedules. He's on everything. I got it all.
Yeah, that's awesome. So without further ado, we'll get into it. If you've never seen this show, we have numerous episodes out. I'm actually going to list the shows below in the info. If you like this episode, go check out another one. But basically, Mark's task was to pick out his favorite card for each playing year of the player. So Mark had to pick one card from each year for Yaz. He also got to pick his hardest decision year, where he got to include 2 cards. And he also is going to tell us his dream Yaz card when we get to that year that he doesn't own. So this should be a lot of fun. I love seeing what guys pick out. So let's get into it.
So what I tried to do is I've seen everybody else's stuff. So
yeah,
I want to try to do some different sets. So everybody knows the flagship stuff and all that. So I just wanted to go a different route. This isn't actually a card. I got this from Picker Jim, which I think this came from Scott Stukes. This is Yaz, is minor league in Minneapolis Millers. So this is the earliest thing. I just wanted to show it off. Not really a card, but that's it.
That is cool. And that's from 1959?
That's from 59, yeah. I actually have a Sports Illustrated here. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Faces in the Crowd, but I have Illustrated from 59 with Yaz. He's one of the guys in Faces in the Crowd. So,
oh, wow.
I didn't show that. We got to move along. So I have the whole Red Sox Venezuelan run. Every card, I have the whole Red Sox O-Pee-Chee run. every card. So that means I get Yaz in all 3 flavors through the whole thing.
That's awesome.
Everybody's seen the Yaz rookie card, but this is the Venezuelan Yaz rookie card.
Oh my gosh. I bet you those aren't cheap because I know how Clemente's Venezuelan cards are.
Yeah.
Wow.
No Yaz Venezuelan cards are cheap, but this is actually in decent shape. Sometimes these get pasted into a book, but this one's in nice shape. It's a 1, but these are tough to come by.
Oh yeah, I think it presents really nice.
Yeah, it is. It looks nice up on the shelf. So that's a cool one.
That's awesome.
I move into this is the team issue. Actually, this is J Publishing. So this is a 61.
Very nice.
There's a lot of these that are similar. The 62 might look like this. 63, they kind of blend together. But this is one of my favorite ones. It's a young Yaz. You can see this is his first full year in the majors with 61. So
yeah, he looks so young. It's so weird to see that photo.
Yeah. And if you think about it, Yaz was not a big guy. He only weighed about 185, like 6.
Wow.
Not a big guy, but he had a great swing. I don't know if you're familiar with his stance, how he used to he held his bat up high. He just had a lot of torque. Yeah. So that was 61. All right.
All right, 62.
This is 62. You're familiar with the Salada coins?
Yep.
There's Yaz right up there.
Nice.
This is the shield. These are the Saladas. And they're similar. I just brought these out. This is the Sharif, which is the Canadian version of it.
Yeah.
And if you're a Red Sox fan, Yankees or Mets, there's the only one they have a clip back.
Huh.
Which you're never going to find these. These are super rare. I think they were giving out opening day in Mets, Yankees, and Red Sox clip backs.
That's cool.
This is the only Red Sox I have. These are I can't even find them to buy them. Never mind. Doesn't matter how much they cost.
So anybody watching this, a lot of junket coins where you could get them in iced tea. Was there another way too, or was it just iced tea?
The Salada was iced tea. The Sharif, which was Canadian, was potato chips.
Okay.
And like I said, these other ones I guess were given out at the game, from what I heard.
Yeah.
Somewhat of a mystery.
That's really cool. I never saw those ones before. That's cool.
Yeah, well, there's no pirates, so you don't have to worry about it. So there's no Clemente.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hop into the 63.
Yep.
This is the post. Actually, this is the Jello. The
Nice.
Yaz post is a short print, but the Jello, it's you cut these off the back of little packages. A lot of times you see like the full box. I don't have any full boxes, but and I'm not quite old enough to cut my own, so I had to buy these. But
yeah, I love the Jello ones. The Jello ones do definitely seem harder and more scarce than the post cereal ones for sure.
Yeah, the only difference on these is just the little red line is different for the 63s that separates the stats. It's about the only difference on those. This is my birth year, so I get I have a little I'm a little fond of that.
The difference on the Clemente is actually the post is a little bit more narrow, and the Jello
some of them are a little bit different size. Yeah,
a little bit higher. Yeah. Okay, 1964.
64. Now here's another toughie. This is Tattoo.
Yeah.
I was with Picker Jim and a couple guys at the show last weekend, and there was one of these on the floor, and I was amazed at what the asking price was for this.
I can imagine. Yeah, Clemente's you're looking at least $100 for the tattoo by itself. I imagine Yaz is similar. So.
Yeah, there's a back. These just folded over, and you bought it, and just folded it out. It's amazing some kid didn't stick this on his arm 60 years ago, right? 60 years old.
Yeah, that's probably why a lot of those are more scarce because kids use them. So
yeah, they did tattoos in 60 and they did them in 71 as well. I remember buying the 71s. Here's a set that I showed on Twitter the other day, and a lot of people said they had never seen this before. This is from a game called Challenge the Yankees. and it was basically the rest of the league versus the Yankees.
Nice.
They put it out 2 years, 64 and 65. This card could very well be the 65. The Yaz is the only card that you really can't tell the difference. The only thing, it's usually the stat line right here, but his is the same both years, and all the pitches are the same.
Wow.
The Yankees card has a blue header up here as opposed to a green. And these fit in, like, a lot of people don't like these to collect them because it's an odd size. You need a 2-pocket page for these, but it's a pretty rare set now. You used to see quite a bit of them, but once people figured out what they were, they're starting to snap them up.
Yeah, it's funny how you see a lot of the Milton Bradley stuff out there now, and I'm sure there was a point where people were like, "Oh, those are just pieces to a game," and then collectors started saying, "Well, that's a Clemente, that's a Yaz, that's a Mickey Mantle."
Do you have the Clementes on the?
Yeah, in the Milton Bradley, I do. I don't think he's in that. I don't think he's in that set.
I don't think he's in this thing. No.
Yeah, I have all 3 Milton Bradleys.
I think that Yaz picture's much older than 65, 64, because he looks like a kid still in that one. So
yeah, that is cool. All right, 1966.
I found the exhibit. Here we go. I had a pile and the whole thing tipped over here. So exhibits are pretty easy to come by, but this Yaz is from 66, and it's a short print. You don't see this every day. I've never actually seen the Yaz at a show. I bought this off a guy online who kind of.
So I know Stuke does a lot with them. Is it is like the Made in the USA or something like that on the bottom corner? Is it?
This doesn't have anything down there in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Like one of the last years they made them.
Wow.
And the Yaz is pretty tough. Yeah, sometimes you'll see the name spelt wrong on there too, but they got it right on there. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know that there was a more scarce one like that in 66.
Yeah, you don't. That's a tough one for Yaz guys to track down.
So I know we don't have an image of it, but what Yaz item is a dream item for you from 66?
The one item I was looking for, and I've only seen one. It's a disc, and they only made it was a test issue from 66. Super rare, super pricey. Upwards of $6,000 for one of them. It's just a super tough little piece. Wow. I held it before. I just never pulled the trigger on it, but
and it's probably costs even more now, probably.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, and I haven't seen one since.
All right, 1967.
Well, this is a punch out. This one's been punched.
They're super scarce though.
Yeah, I had one here that just to show you what they look like. This is a Denny McLean.
Mm-hmm.
But Yaz is on the team on this one. He's up there. He's on the team. He's the captain on this one. This is one of my biggest regrets at a show. I had this card in my hand, unpunched. Was gonna buy it. I walked away. I have kind of an agreement with my wife. If I spend over a certain amount, we just let each other know. And she gives me the same answer all the time. You work hard, buy what you want.
Yeah.
So I was going to sleep on it. It was a 3-day show. So I went back the next morning. I was going to buy it. I went right to the table and somebody beat me there by 5 minutes.
Oh.
So lesson learned. So I am stuck with one that's completely punched at this point, but I've only seen less than 5 of these anywhere. So
wow. Remind everybody what it was, a game you could play, right?
It was a game, yeah. And these came. There was like you could line them up. There was three cards in a row, like so. They were perforated, and you could pull them apart. I actually have one of the wrappers over there. The wrapper's 15 inches long by 4 inches.
Oh wow!
So you could play a game. I don't actually know how you played it.
Yeah.
The back of the little things you peeled off must have had. There was the instructions on the back. I heard that you might have been, you could make up your own diamond and play it that way. based on what was on the back of the little thing you peeled off.
It kind of shows you though. In the '60s, the card companies really did try to come up with creative ways to have the kids have something extra to do.
Yeah.
You don't really see that with today's modern cards.
I think the '60s were the heyday of Topps test issues, inserts, stuff like that. It was, I mean, I could have picked this whole pile from the '60s in a whole different array of other test issues, and it would still be cool to look at, you know?
Yeah.
They just did so much stuff.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to throw a bunch of stuff out there, see what stuck. So 1968.
All righty. I think Roberto's in this set, but these are the top.
Oh yeah.
So these came in sprees with 3. This is the Lonborg and the Yaz. But the part that's the cool part is there is a checklist card that goes with it.
Yeah.
And it's 2-sided.
Is that the one with Hank Aaron on it too?
Well, they do. Yeah, Hank Aaron's on the National League one. So there's 2 checklists. There's a National League and a American League one. So
okay.
Yeah. The word is these weren't around for a long time, and all of a sudden a bunch of them surfaced. And the thought was somebody found an uncut sheet of these, and they just kind of cut them up. They did a fairly good job, and now there's more of them out there. But this is not a card you see every day when you go to a show.
No, I know from a Clemente standpoint, you rarely see those at shows. They pop up once or twice a year on eBay, and they're pricey.
I mean, this is loaded. There's Yaz on here, Frank Robinson, Mantle, Killebrew, K-Line, Jim Hunter.
So you're competing with a whole bunch of different player collectors there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy. Wow.
Yeah. Some of these, cool. I bought most of this stuff. This stuff has been in my collection for 12, 15 years. So
yeah,
not like I paid today's prices for these things. So,
but the good thing is you had the foresight to, when it wasn't as popular to the public as it is maybe now, you had the foresight to go for it. I mean, that says a lot, When
I hopped back into it, it was like I was looking at the new cards, and I'm not a huge fan of the chrome. I grew up with cardboard, with a wax pack.
Yeah.
So I kind of gravitated backwards. I was older now. My kids are grown up. I had a little more income I could spend on stuff like this. So I would buy one card instead of a box of cards, and it's kind of paid off, So
yeah, 100%. I think we're in 1969, I believe.
Yes. So here we go.
Nice.
There's the transogram, and then there's the single box, and there is the triple box. So I thought the triples, maybe some of them came out in '70. So
yeah, I believe from my research for Clemente, the single box is 69 and the triple box is 70.
But if the card is cut, I don't think there's a way to tell the difference.
Clemente 69 says Bob on it.
Okay.
And his 70 says Roberto. So
this is the store display for those right here.
That's awesome.
And there's the Red Sox are all up in one corner right there.
I'm so happy that didn't get cut up.
Yeah. So your Clemente is going to be on here someplace. So is
that just AL?
Maybe this is just the American League here. So he's not on.
Oh yeah, it does say American League right there.
Yeah,
yep.
I didn't even. This is usually buried on a shelf, and you can see just the top corner where the Red Sox are. So I don't get to look at it all day. But
that's really cool.
Yeah, I've only seen one other one of these, and a buddy of mine has it framed on his wall. So kind of a unique piece.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, 1970.
Yeah, 70. I'm going back to a team issue. The Red Sox not only put out the picture packs that were black and white, they had postcard sets that were color, and some of them are really nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is nice.
Yeah, they're nice color shots. You usually buy these as singles, so you just kind of match up the logo on the hat or the way the Red Sox is written, and you try to complete your set. There's a few of us Red Sox collectors that we're going to try to make our own checklist with these because it's impossible to figure them out when you buy them as singles. But some of them are checklisted. So
Yeah.
Yaz is a nice signature too, unlike today's players. We had a big discussion about that at the show last weekend.
It's crazy. You can't tell nothing. You can't tell anybody's name.
No, the old timers are the guys, you know. Here's the one I had a tough decision on a few different years, but this is one of my favorite cards. This set is one of my favorite sets. I'm sure you have Clemente in this one.
There is none.
Oh, he's not in it. He's not in it.
No.
Lucky you. Although it'd be cool because it's a great looking card. And the other one that I ran into competition, it's the
Bazooka box, right?
Bazooka full box, which I bought this so cheap. I don't think the guy knew what he had.
Nice.
You know, there's two Hall of Famers on there because Willie McCovey's in there too. So
now, is the back of that show the where you can see the gum, or is it just cardboard back there? In oh yeah, nice.
Oh, I guess if you're a Johnny Bench collector, you would want this too. You know,
that is cool.
It's like if you find the candy lids, which came out in '73.
Yeah,
the inside is all different players, but Yaz and Tom Seaver are on the cover of every one of those.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yaz is on the cover of every one of them. So nice. I could have done that with 69, 70, a bunch of different years, but after watching the show, I'm trying to pick different stuff that other people don't show. So
yeah, that's fun. I like it.
Yeah. Here's a picture pack. This is a colored one. And these are they're not quite 8x10s. They're 6x9 maybe. You can see there's this one this has never been opened. You can see the roster. So
yeah.
You can figure out what year it is. And again, I think Yaz this photo is not from 71 because he looks pretty damn young right there.
Yeah. So, I love that that full size image of him though. It's really cool.
This is the back. Is it Sonny Siebert, which is he pitched the first game I ever went to. 1971. Wow. So
that's cool.
I collect him in any team he plays for now.
How many games do you go to Fenway a year?
I live about a half hour south. I probably went to 10 of them last year.
Nice.
And Worcester is the AAA team. That's about 45 minutes. I probably went to about 10 of those. And I take a ride down to Hartford, Connecticut, go catch a couple games there. And I live, if anybody's familiar with the Cape Cod League baseball, it's one of the top college leagues in the country. And I'm about a half hour, 45 minutes. You can go down there. It's free. And you watch basically college All-Americans play against each other all summer.
That's really cool. I'm sure you've seen some great players come through there.
It's very cool. A lot of guys have played there. Carlton Fisk, Thurman Munson, Mo Vaughn, Nomar, all these guys have come through there. It's crazy, the talent that's been through there.
That's awesome. 1973?
In this one, but it's a 73 pinup.
Oh, okay. It's the pinup. Gotcha.
Yeah. Now the back shows.
Nice.
And this is graded a 1. I have no idea why. There's not a mark on it.
Is there a pinhole maybe? Did somebody put it on the wall?
There's a little staining on the back. There's no pinhole.
Huh.
Oh, there's a little stain on the front, but it's a candy wrapper,
PSA doesn't grade oversized stuff properly. I'm sorry.
I have a George Scott up there too. I think that one looks about the same, and the grade's a 4, so I have no idea how they do this.
Yeah, but there's also there's the same image of a more full size poster, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not from this year though. It's I think it's 74. It's bigger.
Yeah. But it's the same exact everything. It's just bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the same stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to be, right?
Yeah, Clemente's got a full-size
I mean-
poster. He doesn't have one of those pinup ones, though.
Yeah, that was after.
Yep. Okay, 1974. That is
This
cool.
is the puzzle, Topps puzzle.
Do you know? How did you get the whole player, or did you have to get indivial pieces? Or
No,
you
if you buy a pack, it's just one player in it.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
buy 500 packs to put one together, like you did with Don Russ, putting the puzzle together.
Yeah.
So you buy a pack. I think Steven might have been on the package. I've seen wrappers. I don't own one.
Yeah. So you bought a pack and it was a mystery. You didn't know what player you were gonna get.
I don't think you knew. No, I don't think you knew.
Oh, that's cool.
So somebody else did the work for me. I bought this all together. I thought originally when I got this, I saw it at a show. I thought it was glued, but it's not. It's just you put a piece of black cardboard behind it.
Nice. I love that.
This would probably fit in a 2-pocket page, but I just keep it up on the shelf. It looks kind of cool up there.
Yeah, I love it. That's cool.
Again, Topps kicking butt with those test issues.
1975.
This is one that I don't think anybody else has shown in their collections.
So what is that?
This is called a Mengler Peterson. Peterson drew it. Mengler was the guy who distributed it. I think I was just reading an article because I wanted to get this right. This is a 125 card set. They were made where you could put autograph here. You could get your player to sign it.
Oh.
He estimates he had sold maybe 200 complete sets of these. Oh, 25 complete sets. Sorry. 25 complete sets, mail order. And the first 75 cards, he thinks he maybe made 200 of each of them. And the last 50, he made maybe 100 of each.
Wow.
And Yaz is in the last batch. Do you collect other Pirates or no?
A little bit. I collect a little bit of Dick Rote's my second PC, and then I got a good amount of Bill Mazeroski stuff.
Yeah. So in this, I looked it up just for you. There's a Hebner, a Richie Zisk, Stargell, and a Ken Brett.
That's really cool. Yeah, Stargell would probably be the most interesting to me. I'm sure it goes for a lot, though, for how scarce they are, you said.
Some of the bigger names go, if they're in the last 50, they might go to $75 a piece.
Yeah.
I bought the Ken Brett. I bought Brett because he played on the 67 team. He was a 19-year-old pitcher on that team. His card cost me $20. So
Wow, that's nice. And I'm guessing it's a blank back, right?
It's a blank back. But I've also heard that some of these you can find stamped. You have a red stamp. It will say Mengler Peterson, and the stamp is either red or black. But most of these are blank.
I personally would love to see one where somebody did get it signed.
Yeah,
I
have a Tony Muser card. He played for the White Sox, but he was in the Sox minor league system in '67, and his is signed.
That's cool. Yeah,
but I don't think anybody wanted to see Tony Muser. So,
all right, 1976.
All right, you're gonna see Fred Lynn with it, but these are called. Everybody familiar with the RC soda cans from that era?
I am.
These are decals. I had to buy these as a team set. They were actually all connected. There was 5 Red Sox, and the Lynn is pretty plentiful. I found that, but the Yaz and the Jim Rice, I could not find these at all until I found the whole roll one day. And so there's the Yaz. Actually, the Lynn is from. It's the same photo, same kind of layout, but it's from. I think it's from an oatmeal set as opposed to a soda set.
Huh.
But I do on the other page. I have the Lynn RC, but the Yaz one's pretty tough.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool.
Another time, I'm surprised nobody ironed that on.
1977.
All right. So again, these are the MSA discs.
Huh.
The Pepsi glove disc. This one here is Burger Chef, which I don't know if they had Burger Chefs out near you. I think it was a local to New England type deal.
Yeah, I've never heard of Burger Chef.
Yeah, it was basically a ripoff of McDonald's that was kind of good, but not really that good. But these MSA discs, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but these are all Yaz, all these here.
Oh my gosh.
But
I
all
see.
the backs are different. I have like 25 different backs for these discs.
Yeah, I've seen the crane. I've seen the crane one. I think that's a popular one, right? Crane.
Yeah. A lot of these were from the Midwest, and they'd put their own stamp on them. So each ice cream stand would just stamp them with a stamp.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of them, like this one here, this is a Papagino's. This blue one. You have cranes. You have Isleys.
Okay. Yeah.
There's all different ones. Some of them there's just a little different on the front. Like you got, where are we here? Holiday Inn.
Huh.
You got Dairy Isle, Chili Willy, Buckman's, all basically ice cream shops. There's one Superstar.
Do you have them all, or there could be more out there?
There could be more. Because this, like I said, you could have an ice cream stand in Kentucky and you could stamp your own,
Yeah.
There
That's
is
unbelievable.
Red Barn is one of the more scarce ones from what I've heard. Little Caesars, a pizza place, kind of a cool little item.
Yeah. I mean, these older guys keep talking about the T206 backs. I think that's even better.
Yeah, I mean, because they're pretty cheap. You can find these pretty cheap. Some of them are a little more rare than other ones, but I mean, they're really not that hard to search out and find them. So
that's awesome. I didn't realize that they did that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I have a whole binder full of this. 4 Red Sox guys, and Lynn's one of the guys. He got traded. I even have Angels ones for Fred Lynn, but
that's cool. 1978.
These are called, for the lack of a better word, all the Red Sox collectors just call these vendor cards. And the origin of these is somewhat unknown. I know friends of mine who as little kids bought these outside of Fenway as team sets. A couple blocks away from the park, a guy just happened to be selling these. There's some stats on the back. Some of them have 2 players on the front. And I think these are homemade cards. I've heard it was a Vietnam vet that made these. It was trying to make some extra money selling cards at Fenway one summer. He sold quite a few of these.
Huh.
But as a Red Sox collector, these are highly collectible.
That's really cool that the story's still unsolved.
Yeah, I have a good friend of mine who I talk quite a bit with through Twitter, and he actually said he remembers his dad buying these cards for him, like 2 miles away from the stadium. Walking to it from the parking lot, he bought this set.
Yeah,
I've managed to put it together just piecemeal, finding a card here or there, and a quarter box, $1 box. People don't know what they are. It's somewhat of a mystery still.
That's awesome. I bet you're hard to walk with at a card show. I bet you're looking through everything.
Well, I mean, it's easy. I know plenty of tables I just walk right by. At this point, if I see rows of 5,000 count boxes, I am not going to sit there and dig through anything.
Yeah,
I'm not going to look at anything that's shiny and new. So there's certain tables I can just gravitate towards. So, I mean, and I usually hang out with other like-minded guys, so they feel the same way. So,
yeah, that's cool. 1979.
79. This is pretty straightforward. Yes, Kellogg's.
Kellogg's, yeah.
I'm a little bummed. I have a blank back, and I just could not find it. So we are stuck with the regular one to look at tonight. But yes, with the 70 set, which is a beautiful Kellogg set, the first one, he's not in it.
Wow.
He wasn't in it for the first few years. So
that's weird. I wonder if they couldn't get him signed or
I think it was. He's a pretty. He's different. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Yesterday, his grandson plays for the Giants, and he was at Fenway playing, and Yaz was there yesterday. He saw his grandson before the game, had a little thing again. and then he was gone 15 minutes later. He didn't even stay to watch the game. He's just gone.
That's weird.
That's how he is.
1980.
So what was that? We got. I don't even know where we're at. 78.
1980.
I think we're gonna go here. This is from. It's a Boston Globe set. They call it. These. It came out in 2 series. I think there were 75 cards in each series. They had all the old timers right up until cards from the late 70s guys. These are the 3 Yaz cards that are in it.
Wow.
What you did was you ordered this set through the Sunday newspaper. And in July, you could mail in with the coupon you cut out and paid $3, whatever, and you got these cards sent to your house. 4 weeks later, set number 2, you had to look for the coupon, cut it out, and mail it in, and get your cards.
That's fun.
I didn't put it together like that. I wasn't smart enough. So I started piecemealing this set together just from picking up cards here and there. And at one show I went to, the guy had the complete set. So that was a no-brainer. That just got scooped up. And I actually use these for autographs quite a bit. If I go to a show,
Yeah.
They look pretty nice signed with a black Sharpie. So
Super cool.
There's Ted and Yaz on that one, and this is from '67 with his most valuable player award, and Jim Lomborg with Cy Young and whatnot. So
yeah, that is. I like that a lot. That is cool.
Card.
Yeah. 1981.
All right, 81. I think this is the 81. Yeah, 81. Well, this card looks similar to the top set, but it's put out in conjunction with Coke in Brigham's, which is an ice cream place, an ice cream chain. I don't think they're not in your part of the country.
No.
And it's an 11-card set. And you would buy a sundae and you would get a card. And if you went into the store, they had each guy had a display too. There was 11 different displays. And the displays are more collectible than the cards at this point. So this is like a 2-sided thing. It would set up like a triangle on the countertop. So yeah, if you bought, I think after 3 ice creams, you could get a pack or something like that. But
Wow.
just a cross promotion. I've seen Coke quite a bit have cross promotion with Tops, but this is Brigham's and Coke together.
Yeah.
And these are cool because Tony Perez was on the Sox that year, so you got a Hall of Famer in him. Eckersley was still on the team, so you got a Hall of Famer in him. So the displays are pretty collectible as well.
You're just blowing me away with this food issue, restaurant issue. You got a lot of regional stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's the fun part. And I think Yaz is a very collectible guy. We talked about it briefly on the phone. It's like, I think it was just when he played through the 60s and 70s was when all these weird issues were out. And it's, he played the bulk of his career, those 2 decades.
Yeah.
This is another one. This is, what are we at now? 82?
Yep.
82. This is called the Starliner.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, are these stickers? I never peeled the back off, but I don't know if they are.
Yeah, I believe they are. I have the Clemente. They're the same. The Clemente's the same. Yeah, the Dexter press. Yep.
Yeah. I brought it out just to, show it. I think they're all the same.
I believe so.
I have no idea if these were licensed or not, but it's a pretty cool set. These are pretty reasonably priced too.
Yeah, they are. They are.
It's
cool. It's cool that it's still playing days.
Yeah, I know. He might be one of the only guys.
Yeah, because the Dexter press is it 67 or 68?
This one's a 67.
67. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time since it's come out. It's pretty crazy that he was still playing.
The 68 set is like the size of a postcard.
Yeah, it's longer. Yep.
And Yaz isn't in that one for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know. And this is a post-playing days. This is the only flagship card I included in this.
Wow.
So yeah, Yaz, Bench, and Gaylord Perry.
Nice. And that's tops?
Yep.
I think so. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Yeah. Do we don't have a 1984, do we?
No, I don't have an 84.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Modern card?
Well, this is the one I just grabbed off the shelf. Honestly, I don't know who made this. Somebody sent this to me. I think it's just a very cool looking card with again, Yaz's signature is pretty awesome. So
Yeah, that is really nice. That's cool.
one other thing, just the Magic 8-ball. It works perfectly when it has a Red Sox logo on it and have the 8 for Yaz. So
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that does make sense.
this is unopened. I never opened this one, so I don't know how many of these are out there, but my granddaughter has one of these now, just a regular kind. But you know, this just happened to be here. I wasn't even planning on showing it. Just was over here. I moved it around just to pull some of these other cards off. So,
wow, Mark.
there we go.
I'm exhausted, and I'm not the one that had to take all.
So we had to move pretty quick. You know?
I didn't have to take all the cards off the shelf and all that kind of stuff, and I'm tired. That's crazy.
It gives me a little time to clean. There was some dust on besides some of these, so you know, I can now. I have some new stuff. I can switch it around. That's the fun part of doing all this. So
yeah.
I hope I showed some different stuff. I tried to. Some of the cards that other guys have shown, I have, but I just wanted to try to put some different things out there.
No, I love it, and I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this show. Was I mean, we could show a regular Topps card all day on all the channels. I wanted to see some regional stuff and Topps test issue, and I definitely think you definitely brought it today. You set a good standard here, so that was a lot of fun.
There's a few. Like I said, if I find that disc at a reasonable price, that's one of them. And you know, I have Ted Williams too, and I'm missing one key card on his, so it's the chase still. So we'll see how it rolls. So
yeah,
appreciate you having me on here. This is cool. You know, I love you guys' channel. I like the fact you guys are all pretty young guys collecting vintage cards, talking about cards. It's just cool. I like it.
Really Thanks, man.
Yeah,
thanks. That's really cool. I appreciate it. We appreciate you watching. And you might make a channel in the future called The Impossible Dream, correct?
Impossible Dream. That's the 67 team.
Yeah.
The thing, I'm self-employed, so my days are different every day. I don't have a 9 to 5, 7 to, you know, it is. I've got a bunch of kids, bunch of grandkids. If I do this, I want to schedule it where I have Tuesday, Friday. I want to make it consistent. I don't have that consistency in my life right now. So.
Yeah,
but maybe I'll tape them and then, you know, call you, help me edit it, and then I'll figure it all out.
Yeah, man, I'm always available. We can help you out. It's easy to make them in advance and schedule it. YouTube does all the work for you. They'll put it out at the exact time you want it. So, I'm going to close it out here. I thank everybody for watching this episode of The Best of the Best. I thank Mark for showing us his amazing collection. And as always, we're going to end. We're going to end with somewhat of a tabletop display of Mark's cards. I know we can't show everything he just showed, but we're going to end with a tabletop display. And
I'll just walk up to the Yaz and I'll turn my thing around and you can take a look at it.
Sounds good. I'll see everybody on the next one. Thanks, guys.
Alrighty.